Hey there everyone! In this video, I'm going to be giving a summary of everything that happens in Three Body Season 1 Episode 2. We'll be talking about Wang Miao visiting Ding Yi, Yang Dong's grieving fiancé, and looking at Wang Miao's invitation to the frontiers of science and the main hypothesis that it outlines. We'll also be discussing the strange photograph, as well as the odd timestamp that is connected to it and what it could mean. This video is the perfect watch if you've seen the episode or if you're just curious about what it is about. Also, make sure to like this video if you want me to do more of these episodes. So, let's dive in, shall we? In Three Body Season 1 Episode 2, Wang Miao visits Ding Yi, Yang Dong's grieving fiancé. Ding Yi shows Wang Miao a strange game of billiards that Yang Dong had been playing. This game reflects Yang Dong's frustration at the instability of the results from the particle accelerator. Wang Miao could also see the disturbed reaction that Ding Yi had when the evidence of Professor Munphy's death was revealed. Wang Miao, feeling a strange sympathy for Yang Dong and Ding Yi's situation, was then invited to the frontiers of science. Upon his return, he witnesses one of the members of the group descending into a psychological spiral when faced with the main hypothesis, that mankind occupies a realm of existence in which they are forever doomed to only ever be able to understand a small portion of reality. Given this new insight, Wang Miao was now more determined than ever to understand the strange occurrences that he had been witnessing. With his preoccupation with Ding Yi and the frontiers of science, he almost forgot about his promise to give the photograph of Yang Dong to her mother, Ye Wenjie. At Yang Dong's funeral, Wang Miao finally remembered his promise, and he offered the photograph of Yang Dong to Ye Wenjie. Instead of feeling sad at the sight of her daughter's picture, though, Ye Wenjie only seemed interested in the timestamp on the photograph. To satisfy the curiosity of Ye Wenjie, Wang Miao took the picture to his studio to try and figure out the timestamp. Observing the timestamp from his studio, Wang Miao soon noticed something odd. The timestamp was being gradually counted down, from 49 days and counting. Wang Miao, intrigued by this odd countdown, searched for a camera similar to the one used to take the photograph, and upon experimentation, he discovered that all of his photographs had a similar countdown. He concluded that the timestamps were highly synchronized, counting down to some unknown event in 49 days. Unbeknownst to Wang Miao, what he had found was far more interesting than he could have imagined. Within this discovery, the countdown could give an early indication of the mysterious and strange occurrence that was to come, significantly raising the stakes, as Wang Miao would come to find out. Confused and a bit overwhelmed by all the information, Wang Miao returned to Ye Wenjie and informed her of his findings. Ye Wenjie, however, already seemed to know what the countdown meant, and she simply instructed Wang Miao to get ready when the countdown had expired, without any further explanation. With that cryptic instruction, Wang Miao returned home to contemplate the shuddering events of the last few days. As the weeks passed, he found himself more and more anxious, dreading the unknown. What event was going to happen in 49 days' time that was so important to Ye Wenjie? At the frontiers of science, Wang Miao was welcomed with curiosity and enthusiasm from the scientific community. With a keen interest in the conversation, each member of the group discussed the possibilities of their main hypothesis, that mankind exists in two realms, a scientific unknown and one which can be understood. However, ultimately, this hypothesis put a strain on one group member, driving them towards a psychological deterioration, as they were faced with the fact that humans could never break through the barrier of the frontiers of science and be a part of a world which exists beyond what they know now. In addition to being overwhelmed and confused, the group member found solace in the idea that this unknown realm could also provide a spark of hope and a chance to break away from the scientific unknown. No matter the views of one particular person, the group consensus eventually emerged that the reasonable and logical conclusions of the main hypothesis should be accepted for what it is, the fact that mankind may never know the exact truth, and yet take comfort in its existence. Although Wang Miao was hesitant to accept this idea at first, he forcefully accepted it, to keep in good terms with the group and to avoid any further disputes. He kept in mind his mission to uncover the truth behind the particle acceleration, while trying to complete the puzzle of the phenomenon of viewing the universe from both a human and scientific perspective. Yet despite his resolve, Wang Miao grew more anxious each day until he found himself in an unexpected state of mind. preoccupying himself with the meeting and the discussion further and further, unable to think of anything else that could be of importance to his investigation. The main hypothesis discussed in the Frontiers of Science meeting finally came to a conclusion that humans occupy a realm of existence in which it is destined to remain in ignorance about the law of physics in the universe. This meant that people would forever be enmeshed in the unknown, only able to make educated guesswork when it comes to matters that lie outside of their comprehension and control. The group realized that their task would be to unravel how this realm of existence affects humans both individually and collectively, while never risking to venture beyond the limits of what they already understand. This active embrace of doubt and uncertainty is not a sign of weakness, but rather a powerful tool to make strides forward in science and understanding. One of the members of the Frontiers of Science brought up possibilities like philosophy, religion, and intuition as a way of seeing the universe. The idea that these tools can be used to bridge the gaps between science, thought, and truth gave the group a new momentum and excitement that is so often missing from scientific discourse. It was further agreed that, while it is impossible to have an absolute and certifiable answer, these theories should be explored with enthusiasm to potentially discover unresolved truths about the universe. The idea of using these tools to make connections within an unknown universe, as well as in our own, stirred up a passionate discussion that left Wang Miao in an odd state of enlightenment. With the group's approval, he decided to continue exploring the connections and mysteries between what is seen and what is known, in an effort to find the answers that the group was looking for. In the end, no conclusions were drawn, and he accepted the fact that the journey, not the destination, would provide the joy and fulfillment in seeking the truth. At Yang Dong's funeral, Wang Miao greeted Ding Yi, who gave him a photograph of her with her deceased fiancé. Wang Miao thanked her for the photograph and accepted it reluctantly, though he noticed that the timestamp on the photograph was from much later than usual. He then met Ye Wenjie, Yang Dong's mother, who recognized him from his earlier visit. Feeling obligated to give her a gesture of honor towards her daughter, he decided to return the photograph. When Ye Wenjie opened the photograph, she was surprised to find the same timestamp on Yang Dong and Ding Yi's photo that Wang Miao had noticed earlier. He saw the confusion in her eyes and told her he reached the same conclusion after he developed his photographs in his studio. He further explained that he discovered that all the photographs he processed had been given the same timestamp, and that it was a countdown to the expiration of something, perhaps the 49 days that Ye Wenjie had mentioned on a previous visit. Ye Wenjie had a look of apprehension in her eyes and told him to keep the photograph, clearly shaken by the implications of what he had told her. Wang Miao thanked her for the photograph, but tried to explain to her the importance of the mystery. She seemed to understand and gave Wang Miao her blessing before he bade her goodbye from the funeral. He was left with a deep sense of curiosity and urgency, which drove him to solve the mystery behind the timestamp. As he had said in the Frontiers of Science meeting, he was determined to explore the connections between the universe and our own. He knew that the countdown embedded in the photographs was another part of this journey, and that he must learn its secrets to fully understand the implications of the scientist's conjecture. Once Wang Miao had returned home, he immediately set out to further explore the mystery of the timestamp. He retrieved his old camera, remembering the photograph he took in the cemetery. After experimenting with it, he was able to determine that the timestamp was indeed a countdown to some unknown conclusion, one set to expire 49 days from the time he had heard Ye Wenjie's voice. This only served to further his curiosity and confusion. He wondered how any of this was connected to the theory he had been presented with while at the meeting at the Frontiers of Science. He remembered the conjecture that life was finite, stuck at the edge of the zone of ignorance, unable to understand the full implications of reality. The information presented in the photograph and this countdown seemed to hint at something more, something greater that Wang Miao felt compelled to explore. He set out to discover the reasons behind the countdown and how any of this related to science and reality. His journey to answer these questions would take him to places far beyond what he had previously thought his path had been. His quest to fully understand the timestamp in the photograph had become intertwined with his determination to explore the connections between humanity and the wider universe. He could only hope that the mystery of the countdown would not lead him to something he may never understand, even if it meant that he never reaches the truth he was seeking. The countdown in the photograph Wang Miao took of Ye Wenjie's daughter, Yang Dong, remained a mystery as he began to investigate further. He journeyed to the frontiers of science and spoke with many experts, seeking an answer to what the timestamps meant. His journey of exploration and discovery would take him far beyond the realms of conventional science, introducing him to realms of knowledge he never imagined existed. Throughout the journey, Wang Miao's understanding of the larger world evolved and expanded, as he learned of a great network of many disparate but interconnected realms of reality. He began to understand the implications of a finite universe, and how those implications might be more far-reaching than he had ever expected. Schrödinger's cat, the butterfly effect, and the ultimate nature of reality. All of these things now provided clarity and helped to piece together the puzzle that Wang Miao sought to solve. In the end, Wang Miao's journey led him to a startling conclusion. He discovered a deep connection between what he knew and what he felt, between science and spirit alike. So much of our understanding of reality is only ever understood partially, never fully. Just like the vastness of the universe, there is something out there that we can never quite reach or know, something that will remain a mystery no matter how far we explore. Reality may be finite, but the universe is so much larger than we can ever fathom. That's the power of science, and that's what Wang Miao discovered. This episode of Three Body is a deep exploration of the implications of science and an exploration of the depths of the human spirit. Check out the show, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to support us and watch more great reviews and insights into your favorite shows.